Hello everybody and welcome back to another Christian video on the channel. Today we'll be going over abuse and addiction in the Bible. So yeah, let's get into it. Let's first turn to Mark 9:42. Mark 9 verse 42. So let's turn to that. It says, "Whoever causes one of these little ones who believe in me to sin, it would be better for him if a great milestone were hung around his neck and he were thrown into sea." So what that means is whoever causes abuse to the little ones or children or anyone who believes it, who who sins, who believes in the Lord and sins, it would be better for them to be, tossed aside. And yeah, and thrown into the sea. That's what that verse means. Let's now turn to 1 Corinthians 7 verse 2 and 3. But because of the temptation to, sexual immortality, uh, each man should have his own wife and each woman her own husband. The husband should give to his wife her conjugal rights, and likewise the wife to her husband. So what that means is temptation is the reason to sexual immortality, and each man should have a spouse, and same for the woman. Then the husband should give his conjugal rights to the wife, and that's what that means. Now let's move to the next part, which is addiction. So let's turn to John 8, verse 34 through 36. It says, Jesus answered them, "Truly, truly, I say to you, everyone who practices sin is a slave to sin. The slave does not remain in the house forever. The Son remains forever. So if the Son sets you free, you will be free indeed." Okay, so what that means is Jesus told his people that whoever practices sin is a slave to sin, and those who it doesn't remain in the house forever, and the slave doesn't remain in the house forever. The Son remains in the house forever. So if Jesus sets you free, you are free indeed. So now let's turn to James 1 verse 13 and 15. James 1 13 15. It says, "Let no one say when he is tempted, I am tempted by God, but I but for God cannot be tempted with evil, and he himself tempts no one, but each person is tempted by when he is lured and excited by his own desire. Then desire, when it has conceived, gives birth to sin, and sin, when it's fully grown, brings forth death." Okay, so what that means is that don't have no temptation, for it causes addiction, and that temptation causes evil. Everyone who is tempted, when they are lured by their own desire, desire gives birth to sin, and sin, when it's fully developed, brings death. So that's what that verse means. Now let's turn to Proverbs 14:12. Proverbs 14:12. Here we go. It says, "There is no way that seems right to a man, but it and is the way to death." What that means is there's a right way for for for, for a man, the, but the addiction is the way to death, which is the wrong way. So that's what that verse means. Now I would like to end this with a prayer. God, thank you for telling us that when we when we abuse other people or the little ones, that you would rather throw us to the sea or not or be thrown, not be included, not be with other people because they will cause sin towards others. And thank God for telling us that that, that addiction is pretty because it will cause temptation, and temptation causes desire, and that desire causes sin, and sin causes birth, and birth to death. Thank God for everything. I pray this in your name. Amen. Thank you so much for watching. God bless.